We had updates on 4 Milestone properties in July, with 1 new coming soon, 3 active, 2 price changes, 2 new contracts, 1 failed listing, and 2 closings. I'm Jed Williams with Hagan Realty, and if you're living or looking in Germantown, there is no better place to keep up with what's going down in real estate than right here. So let's get moving. We'll start off with 21527 Foxfield Circle, a 3,400 square foot, 5-bedroom with 4.5 baths that was coming soon and then active at the end of May, listed for $950,000. They dropped their price by $10K to $940 in June. They then went temporarily off market on July 3rd, but this wasn't actually true. Some realtors use that status to hide when their listings go under contract because it then also hides when the contracts fail. You've got to wonder, though, just how bad an agent's failure rate must be before they come up with this scheme to hide something like this. But this one, however, stuck it out and managed to close just before month end for $920,000 below their original list price. 21406 Manor View Circle is a 2,600 square foot, 4-bedroom with 3.5 baths. It was coming soon and then active in late June, priced at $849,900. They went under contract on July 1st and then increased their price by $100 while under contract. It's a trick some agents try to use to fool appraisers. And yet, every appraiser I've ever talked to about it says it just pisses them off. They did manage to close, though, at that price on the 24th, but while giving $2,000 to the buyer at closing. 12521 Royal Crown Drive. This is one of my listings. A 2,400 square foot, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath colonial with an updated kitchen and a gorgeous primary bath. We went coming soon, right at the end of the month, and we'll be listing probably just before you get these postcards, with a price of $715,000. Now, if you're in town on Sunday the 9th, be sure to stop by our catered open house from 12 till 3 p.m. Hope to see you there. And then we come to 12125 Songbird Lane, and what an epic and tragic song this one has been singing, with yet another verse this month. The property is a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 2,500 square foot colonial that listed for $765,000 back in September and has had 14 price changes since then. They did eventually go under contract at the tail end of January after 140 days on market, and they spent the entire month of February that way and the entire month of March that way and most of April before they put the house in temp off status. They increased the price from $715,000 to $750,000 before putting the property back on the market in May, but then dropped it back to $715,000 and pulled it back off the market again 3 days later. They relisted it again in June, or again, I don't know. I've lost count at this point, but their 14th price drop came in the middle of July, this time to $700,000 flat. And they tried that for a week before pulling the house off the market on the 25th and then re-listing it on the 27th at the same price. They ended the month at 177 days on market and $65,000 below their original list price. If you have no idea what to make of this one, you are not alone. All I can say is, Milestone, who you hire to sell your home, matters. Now let's shift to a wider look at the Germantown market. Prices have continued their downward trend. Year over year, prices are now at negative 2.8% and are off 3.3% from their peak back in February of 25. On a $700,000 house, that's over $23,000. New listings were flat from last month, but up 36% over last year. Contracts, same story. Flat from last month, but up 30% over last year. Closings were down from last month, but still up 11% over last year. Now this is where things start to take a real turn, though. The time on market went from a median of 12 days last month to 17 days in July, with the average stuck just under 30. The listing failure rate doubled, with 28 Germantown properties giving up rather than selling in July, a failure rate of 25.7%. As for mortgages, the 30-year fixed-rate loan ended the month at 6.83%, the highest they've been since last summer. Now, with inventory jumping and the failure rate meaning 1 out of every 4 Germantown properties is failing to sell, anyone looking to sell their home here in the near future needs to make sure they are very well prepared, which is exactly why who you hire to sell your home matters. And hiring Hagan Realty is always your best move. So remember, if you or one of your friends or neighbors are looking to buy or sell, give me and my team a call. I'm Jed Williams with Hagan Realty in Milestone. You'll be moved.